This video tutorial is intended to show you how you might grade your discussion forums when you've used groups. Now, there's a handout that explains this whole step-by-step process with screenshots, but since there's a lot of little steps to this, perhaps the best way to demonstrate it would be in a video so you can see the whole process all the way through. Now, we've already created groups, and that's explained in the handout, and we've also created this forum and activated our groups with it. But let's just review the settings so that we can refresh our memory in what we've done. So I'm going to turn editing on so I can see the settings for this example discussion forum. And I'm going to click on the little wrench here so we can open that up. And you'll see I've got a description that explains what students are to do. They're to post a response to this question, what do you think are the qualities of a perfect student, by Wednesday, and that response needs to be at least 250 words long. And then they're to reply to 2 group members' postings by Saturday, and that reply must be at least 150 words long. And then there's also provided in that description a little bit of the quality required for those postings as well as the quantity. The initial response is going to be worth 50 points, and then the replies to group members are worth 25 points each, and that's a total of 100 possible points then for this assignment. Now, in the settings, we've left the standard forum for general use. That's the default setting. Here under attachments and word count, there is a word count requirement here, so we've gone ahead and said for display word count, we've said yes. That means when the posting appears, there will be a word count given. Under ratings, we've chosen sum of ratings because we're going to add that 50 possible plus 25 possible plus 25 to equal 100. And then under common module settings is where we have chosen our group setting, which is we want separate groups, which means they're only going to be able to post to their discussion board and read the postings from the group members members of the group that they're in. So let's go ahead and save and return to the course. Now, the simplest way, and we're going to turn editing off here, the simplest way to grade group discussions is to work both within the discussion forum, where you're going to put in the number grade, but also have the gradebook open, so if you want to make any comments or give the student any feedback, you can enter that in there in the gradebook. So the simplest way to do this is to use a split screen. In order to do that, we need to open a new browser window. Now, it's not enough to open another tab up here. I need to go down, and on the icon on my bottom menu bar, I'm going to right-click, and I'm going to choose Open New Window. And then I'm going to go ahead and get to my gradebook for this course in this browser window. Okay, and in my gradebook, this is my first assignment, this example group discussion. So it's right here in the first column. And the only thing left to do here is I want to split my screen. Now, in Windows, that's fairly easy to do. I can go up here on this menu bar, and way up on the top in an empty space, if I slide it all the way over to the right, it'll automatically resize as soon as my cursor hits the right frame. And with this browser window, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to slide over to the left, and now half of my screen is the discussion forum, which I'm going to open. And let's put it on the default there. And then the other half of my screen is my gradebook. I'm going to scroll over a little bit so I can see the students really well. Now, here's the discussion forum. Here's my students. I've got 5 students in this course, and they've all replied. And you can see that I've got a group column because I've created groups in this forum, and 3 of the students are in group B, and 2 of them are in group A. Now, I want to grade just group B's discussion right now, so up here under separate groups, I'm going to select B, and that will bring up just the postings from the students in that group. Let's look at Bugs Bunny's posting. And so now, again, the default often will be this, but the best way to really see the thread of this discussion is to select Display Replies in nested form. That will indent the replies so we see that they are replies to this original posting and not new postings. So here's Bug's answer to the question, what makes for a perfect student, or what are the qualities of a perfect student. And I've already read through this, and let's say that the quality of the question, of the reply rather, is good. It's thoughtful. He's given some good description and really articulated what he believes. But there's more than a quality criteria here. There's also a quantity. Students have been asked to write a minimum of 250 words, and down here in the left corner is where we see the word count, and this posting is only 199 words. So out of 50 possible points, I'm going to give Bugs here only 80% of that because he's 20% short on the word count. So let's go ahead and from the drop down, I'm going to choose 40. Now I'm going to want to explain to Bugs why he didn't get the full 50 points. So I can do that over here in my gradebook. The first thing I want to do is if I want to insert a comment, and notice because I haven't refreshed this page yet, those 40 points don't appear in the gradebook yet. But as soon as I turn editing on, that will refresh the page, and you see now we've got the 40 points. But in order to add my comment, I need to click on this little wrench here right above the 40, and that'll open the text box where I can type in my response or my feedback for Bugs. Bugs, very thoughtful response to the question. However, your response should be at least 250 words long. Your answer was a little less than 200 words. Please, okay, we'll just leave it there. Okay, we're going to go ahead and save changes. And we'll turn editing off so we can see what it looks like. So here now we see the grade, and when I roll my cursor over that grade, there's my comment. And at the end of the video, I'll show you what this will look like in Bugs Bunny's gradebook and what the students will see. So now normally I would go on and I would grade Daffy's reply and Wile E. Coyote's reply, but let's just finish up this one student so you can see the whole process. So I've graded his original posting. Let's look at his replies. So let's look at his reply to Daffy. So here it is, and once again I could read through and think about the quality of it, but also remember this is 150, so it should be 150 words long, and the reply is only 70 words. So that's a little bit less actually than half. So half of 25, let's say, we'll give him 12 points for that. And then we'll go ahead and look at his reply to Wile E. Coyote. Now here again I would want to read it through and see the quality, but certainly he's got enough in the word count, 164 words. He only needs 150, so let's for this just say we're going to go ahead and give him the full 25 points. So now again over in the gradebook, let's update the comments because I want to say something about his replies as well. So as soon as I click on turn editing on, that's going to update the number count. It's now getting 77 points. Let's say your replies were also strong, but the reply to Daffy was also too brief. Please pay close attention to the instructions in the future. Okay, so I'm going to save changes. Let's turn editing off here so we can see the gradebook. So here we have Bugs Bunny's all graded, and he's got his feedback. Now let's see what happens from the student view. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go back into my course, and I'm going to go in as Bugs. Okay, so I'm in his Bugs Bunny. Let's look at his gradebook. And here we see under the example group discussion forum, he received 77%, and there's the feedback he needs to do better the next time. So I hope this has been helpful. Again, the handout is there for quick and ready reference, and I think that you'll find that using the gradebook and the discussion forum simultaneously will help you speedily do the grading process.